Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. How are you? So let's get into this, shall we? This is a reading for July the 16th through to the 31st. It is, we have our lovely Mr. Star here joining the Scorps today, looking pretty happy with himself. Yeah, moving from fellow water sign Cancer into Leo. So we'll see the fixed energy coming through. We have Pentacle Prince, Virgo Chariot coming in. Wow. Ready to take something on, I would say. Ready to take something on, often racing, and it kind of feels exciting. It feels fun, and it feels slightly out of control, but it's kind of like I'm having fun. Hats off to you, kind of thing. It's a bit of a wild ride, I have to say, Scorpio. This energy that's coming through for you, but I can't stop smiling because I've got this image of you and on this crazy ride, and your hat keeps kind of jumping on and off, and you're just holding on for dear life but laughing at the same time. So I don't think it's particularly that scary. We have 1-5 Sun Leo, but something might bring you down to earth at that Leo energy, and you're just like, ugh. It's like when you're having fun and the adult comes along and says, oh, too much silliness, someone's going to lose an eye, calm down, settle down, everybody. It's just very much it's funny energy. It's making me laugh so much, Scorpio. We'll find out what else is coming through. And I feel like you need it, because I feel like you need some kind of release. It's been quite intense. It's like work hard, play hard. You need to play a little bit and play hard and just have this release, whether it's just a good old laugh with a friend, a very silly, there's some silliness to it, or just a going out, or whatever it is that is kind of a fun release for you. That's what I'm kind of getting, to get away from some of the intensity that's coming through, because there might be some things that you're just trying to avoid as well in terms of real life that are just kind of looking a bit bleak and looking a bit like, I don't really want to have to face that. Maybe you've got like a massive tax bill has come in, or maybe you've just looked at your books and gone, you know what, I don't have enough money coming in. Or maybe it's just kind of gone, well, I didn't get the result I wanted with something. Or maybe you're feeling a bit rejected from a relationship, whatever it is that's coming through. Maybe you've just been working too hard. It can be any of those things. There's just something that you kind of like, that's over there, that's a bit blah, don't really want to go there. I want to come here and have a bit of fun. So that's kind of the energy that's coming through for you at the moment, Scorpio. This is for Sun, Moon and Rising, Scorpio. Oh, the Magician, I love it. Gemini, Virgo coming in for you. So be sure to watch all three of your signs, Scorpio, because it really gives you a greater view of what's going on for you. So Sun sign will be more personal to you. So the Rising is more how other people see you, or it actually might be who you truly think you are. Jury's out about that. And the Moon, I actually have a Scorpio moon, is more of a subjective emotional energy. So be sure to watch all of them. And if this reading really does resonate, there is an extended reading is what I'm trying to say here. So yes, the Magician has come through. The Magician has come through. And there's something very highly intuitive coming through here for you. The reason why the universe wants you to be in this very high vibrational, fun, silly kind of energy where you're just kind of almost laughing hysterically or just doing something really fun. Some of you might be thrill seekers, so this might be going on a roller coaster or something, whatever it is that gets you in that high frequency of almost ecstasy. It's almost an ecstatic feeling. The universe is wanting you to be in that because of this Magician energy that's coming through, because there's a high frequency energy it's wanting you to connect with. There's something that you are kind of almost not downloading, but connecting to, and it's a frequency on this higher level that is it's on such a high level you can't intellectualize what this is. So you are being given some kind of instruction or information on this very high soul level, that will filter down eventually, and maybe it will come in this reading, we'll see, or in the extended even. But I feel like it's at that level that you kind of going to go, oh, you're crazy. What is this? It's at such an intangible level. It's very kind of esoteric and ethereal. It's not something grounded in any kind of reality, but it's almost like what I've been told, it's like the frequency of genius. You know how there's those geniuses in the world, just say like Mozart or someone like that, that just, it's like their crown chakra is wide open and they're just downloading this pure creative spirit. Actually, Gemini got something very similar in their extended. So if you've got Gemini in your chart, or you are actually around a Gemini or in partnership with a Gemini, you should watch that, because you two could be doing amazing things together. But it's this frequency of pure creation and possibly genius that's coming through here. And that will filter down into a seed and will grow and birth into something. But what that is, we don't know. So don't discount it. You know how there's always the naysayers that come in and go, oh, you shouldn't be so silly. You shouldn't be having so much fun. And that's why I was getting the naysayer kind of voice, which is that Leo energy that was coming in the Five of Wands, which is, it's fine to just kind of go into a bit of fantasy, not think about some of the drudgery of life or some of the boring stuff for the moment, because there's something more important happening on a spiritual level for you, Scorpio. And that's a lot that's come through just on that Magician card, is talking really loud and clear. The Eight of Pentacles. How are we going to do this with Mr. Star here? I'm going to have to make some room. Starman. For my Scorpios. I'll put this up on the screen for you, Scorpio. I'll pull them all the cards out so that we can see what I'm talking about here. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. So, yeah, the Eight of Pentacles, this is something perhaps you've been working on. Could be around work. It could be something that is pretty solid. Like the Eight of Pentacles is a real Virgo energy. It's something solid right in front of you. We're concentrating on the details, not the forest. We're looking at what we're creating here. It is quite literally the act of creation, the Eight of Pentacles. You know, you look at the figure is actually making the pentacles and looking at all the things that he's worked hard and seen what he's created here. Right. So it's crossed by the King of Wands. So there's a sense of you can't see what this new vision is that's coming through for you yet. The King of Wands is the visionary and he's blocking you. Now, this could also mean that there's somebody in your life that thinks they've got the big vision of the world and they're saying, oh, no, you can't do that. And that's also an interesting energy coming through as well. We have Justice, the Empress. Now, this could actually be something quite big. We have the Lovers and the Six of Pentacles. We've got the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Temperance card is coming through. And I want another card for that. The Seven of Cups reversed. And at the base, oh my gosh, look what turned up. You, the Death card. This is your card in the deck, Scorpio. So this is almost like the birth or the start, the energetic start of a huge transformational change that's coming through here. And a lot of it's to do with believing in yourself. And this vision, your own vision, and believing where other people can't see things, believing where other people think something's not possible. So I feel like, you know, it's interesting because you have a lot of cards around balance coming in as well. You have the Eight of Pentacles crossed by the King of Wands. We've kind of spoken to that. So there could be someone blocking you starting something in terms of your workplace. There could be something or an energy blocking you in terms of starting a new health regime. It feels like you know, perhaps wanting to, there just feels like there's this energy that's stopping you. You just kind of like, I just want to focus and do my job. And there's something else there blocking you, kind of calling you. And this could actually be this energy that's here as well. So if this person is coming up as in the form of a physical person, it's kind of opening your mind to something, because the universe is not wanting you to be all work and no play. So it's kind of interesting. We have crowning you the Justice card. So This is a Libra energy. We can see the Six of Pentacles is about balance coming in the near future, and the Temperance card is all about balance. So crowning you in your conscious mind, the Justice card, there is a sense that I think there's new contracts being negotiated here, and or the need for that to occur, and a need for some kind of balance within some relationships here that are it's kind of like one person is the downer, the oppressor, and one person is just doing their thing. And it's kind of an interesting relationship. There needs to be some fairness. And there needs to be the sense of you might be looking at your relationships in terms of the give take and people being selfish or not, or how are you asserting yourself in relationships? So there's something to do with the balance of that that's coming in. There's also could be to do with legal contracts, to do with workplace, that is coming in and on your mind as well. And this might be part of the thing that the Five of Wands, the reality check that perhaps you're not necessarily wanting to look at. So I think I've pulled too many cards out here for you, have I, or not? No, I think that's okay. So we have at the base the Empress, which is what I love, because something big is brewing within you here, Scorpio. There's the rebellion. There's a rebelliousness to this energy, even though it's the Empress, it's not Uranus, but there is a sense that something big is brewing, and it's almost like you don't want to be oppressed or to be living under someone else's restrictions anymore. And so that's why there is this need to go out and have a bit of fun, because there's a lot of tension and pressure coming in on you. That's what I'm feeling at this moment, this intensity around you, expectations or things that need to be done or responsibilities or stuff like that. It does feel like that, but this Empress energy is bringing in something, bringing in a bigger version of who you are. And there's a lot of love here. If you could imagine that there is like this loving, compassionate person or energy around you, whether it's a real person, a guide, a spirit, however you want to imagine it, this is actually an aspect of you if you can connect in with it. Not everybody can. Not everybody wants to. But it's like there's this, the Empress is actually coming in as quite motivating. And motivation for some of the nice, the fun, the luxury, the little bit of indulging, a little bit of like, some loving, all of that good stuff. She's wanting to come in and go, look, I'm sick of the world looking like it's black, white, grey. I want a bit of colour in my world. And so that's what's kind of coming through here for you, Scorpio. And I do feel like it has been quite intense. So we have in the recent past the Lovers card. And this is interesting because I feel like there has been a choice. And some of what's going on here is I feel like there's a relationship that is perhaps on the back burner or on its last legs that's coming in here. And that it's either renegotiate the terms of this relationship or it's kind of over. And that's kind of what I'm getting with this, is that something has come in. It's been a bit of a, like I said, I feel like this is associated with a reality check. It might not have to necessarily be related to a relationship. I do get that very strongly, but there's been kind of a choice that has come up that has made you realize the stark reality of something. So, yeah, interesting. So I feel like, it is important to have a fairly balanced response to that, but also that the need to have some kind of letting off some steam with it, because like I said, there's just this build-up of intensity coming through for you. In the near future, we have the Six of Pentacles. So it might be that you someone gives a little something, gives way. There's a little bit of, instead of two very stubborn energies or two energies that are not giving anything, someone kind of goes, well, I'll give you a little bit of this. It might be to do with negotiating contracts. I kind of get it's not enough. It's not as much as what you'd want is coming through here, because your vision of what's happening is bigger than what the reality of the world is giving you at this moment in time. And that's why I feel like there's something happening on this very high vibrational level that is going to bring you what it is that you're wanting with this Empress, this bigger version of life and more, wanting more. But it's crumbs. It's kind of like someone offers you crumbs, and it's kind of like, is that good enough? Is that what I really want? So it's kind of interesting what's coming in here. I'm just going to restore balance. I always find it interesting the way what I interact with the animals, the nature. It's kind of fairly almost shamanic the way that I interact with my readings, because Star came in, created this complete chaos and mess, almost made it impossible. Just as we were talking about someone blocking you from doing maybe the work that you're trying to do here. And then suddenly there's this, we're talking about the need for balance and some kind of order, and then he's left and we've been able to restore things. So I feel like a huge blockage is going to actually move, which is good. And you are presenting as the Three of Pentacles. So this is very much like, I feel like there's in terms of where your work, there's a level of expertise that you have to offer. I see there's a leadership quality that is coming out, whether you are already the leader, but that is kind of being asked of you at this moment in time, because there's other people that need direction. So I feel like you need to be giving other people direction here. There's something, that you've got what it takes to be doing that. Now, the energy around you is the Four of Swords, which is there was quite a lot of chaos. I feel like it does die down. It does start to ground down and balance out. I'm feeling a lot calmer now, whereas before it was kind of like, what's happening? It's all a bit crazy and out of control. And now things calm down. Now, the reason, like I said, there's always a reason why things get to that high pitch, high frequency level, and that is because of what we were talking about with that creation energy coming through. But the Four of Swords might just mean that at the end of this day, there just might be the need to take a break, to take a rest, to just take some time out. Now, this doesn't mean take a day off. It might mean that for some of you that you just can't face a day and have to spend the day at home. But it can also be, I'm seeing you just spending some time with yourself and making sense of something. What just happened? That was just chaos that just happened there. I just got hit by 10 million things, and I'm getting it's an intertwining of stuff at work and personal relationships as well. And it all just happened at once. It was like, and that's why it was all tangled in. Almost had to detangle it to do the reading. So I feel like you're going to really have to make some sense of what happened and take some time out to do that. So we have, as hopes and fears, the Two of Wands, and this is really wanting to kind of leave something behind and start something new. Maybe it's kind of, again, it's that sense that you've seen the stark reality of something and maybe you don't want that anymore, or that person anymore. So, but at the same time, do you or don't you? Do you want to be with it or still in that energy or not? So I feel like there's part of you that goes, definitely don't want to, and part of you that goes, oh, well, if they offered me a little bit more than what they are there, I might consider it. So either way, interestingly enough, we have the Temperance card as the outcome and the Seven of Cups reversed, which is, I feel like you're paring down the options that are in front of you. You're not going to be looking at too many different options here. It's like I'm going to pare it down to 2 options. So I'm not feeling overwhelmed by something, and able to bring in the balance between some opposite energies that have been occurring in your life at this moment in time. And this could be with this person, this relationship with this person that I feel like is being kind of oppositional to you somehow. And I also feel like this path opens up. Whilst this is happening, there's this expansion, this energetic expansion. So there's some kind of mediation, some kind of balance is struck, some kind of deal perhaps is struck, where you're kind of happy. You may not be looking elsewhere for a while, but there's this thing, this bigger energetic thing that's happening off to the side that these other energies may not know about, but you do. And that is, this path is open to this new version of who you are, to your sovereignty, to your power, to this energy that the magician is bringing in. And so that's why we have the Death card coming in for you, Scorpio. And this is about a very deep personal transformation, and especially for you guys, because you are the Scorpios, this is your card. So, you know, the sun is, there's a new dawn. There's something on the horizon that is brewing, and you might not even be able to see it, might be able to feel it yet, but it's coming. So it's this very highly intuitive sense that it's there. So I think it's a case of just stick with when the dust settles, stick with it for a moment. But understand that for a moment you were opened up to that higher frequency that set a series of energetic catalysts and events going. So this is only the start of the story. And the other people or energies or situations that you're working with will think that's the end of the story, but it's not. For you, this is just the start. So it's kind of, I think... yeah, it's going to be interesting. And this one says, I trust my inner wisdom. So it says, as I go about my daily affairs, I listen to my own guidance. My intuition is always on my side. I trust it to be there at all times. I am safe. And that's exactly what I was getting. That even though you're going through these daily emotions, daily routines, daily interactions where someone else thinks, oh yeah, we've resolved something. Maybe there was some kind of contract or deal that had to get, you know, in exchange of contracts or whatever it was, or you sorted out some kind of difference. They're all going about their life, they're settled. But for you, there's so much more going on that they're not realizing. And so trust that there's this sense that something else or new is brewing. So that's exciting. So let's pull you a charm. And we have, we have love coming in. Interesting. Love. Okay. And the arrow through the heart. And that's always the unexpected thing, isn't it? The Cupid's arrow that comes when the love is blind energy. And that's why I keep getting that there's something coming that you're not necessarily seeing or knowing what that is yet. And for some of you, this is love, falling in love. But for some of you, it's something that is going to direct you into something that you love. Or it could be a message of love coming for some of you. So, but I actually feel like, I don't know why they're bringing you to this. I mean, they're bringing the focus to this, but I feel like there's something bigger that's going on with this as well. So that might come out in the extended. We'll have a look. So we're going to leave the YouTube reading here. We're going to pull some more cards for the Six of Pentacles, being given crumbs when you wanted a little bit more. Let's see what else is coming through with that, and what else happens when things do start to balance and you find some kind of agreement that comes through with this, or you find some kind of balance with the situation that's occurring here. So we'll find out what comes in the future beyond this reading. See if we can pull any cards around the love. This is a mystery card that's come out just all of a sudden. And that's why there's kind of a mysterious element to this reading, which is nice. And then we're also going to pull some cards for career, money, love and relationships. So I'm very curious where this one is going, Scorpio. So if you'd like to go to the extended reading, the link is in the description box below. But if this is where we're leaving each other and you've enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, share and leave a comment, because that's a way to let YouTube know that you support the channel. And thank you for joining me.